Mr Deputy President, on the 23rd of October in 1972, 50 years ago next week, Batchelor and Nan Everingham were the driving forces behind the inaugural meeting of Riding for the Disabled here in New South Wales. Obviously the organisation has grown significantly since then, and now they have 35 centres across the state. They cater for 1,700 riders, assisted by 1,300 volunteers. There are 120 coaches, 40 assistant coaches and 80 trainees. RDA aims to enable people with disabilities and the volunteers to experience enjoyment, challenge and a sense of achievement through participation in horse riding and associated activities. Recently I called into the RDA at Orange. They have their days on a Wednesday with a couple of local schools, and I went to have a look at what they were doing there Wednesday morning, and I thank President Robin Livermore for hosting me on this day. I went out there around the time of my grandfather's birthday. Jim loved his horses and spent much of his life working with them, and as a result accumulated a shed full of saddles and bridles and other tack. So when he died a few years ago, we donated this gear to RDA, so it was a good opportunity around his birthday to duck out there and catch up with him again. And you can't help but be impressed when you visit one of these centres. The place is abuzz with the volunteers saddling up horses, handing out boots and helmets for the kids and organising those kids onto their rides for the days. And the volunteers' happiness and excitement is matched only by that of the kids who have been waiting all week to get back on their horses. And the horses too seem to know it's their big day as they stand around patiently and diligently waiting to do their good work. And what fantastic work it is. I want to tell the story of Piper, who has multiple disabilities, who's been heading to the RDA in Orange for about 3 years now. Apparently early on, Piper wasn't all that enthusiastic about jumping up on a horse, but now reports suggest that she loves the idea. She laughs and is clearly excited all the way out there on the bus because she knows where she's off to on a Wednesday morning. Piper has her own special saddle she sits up in, and in the 3 years since she's been with RDA, combined with the physio and the great work from the school she attends, she's made huge grounds. Robin, the President, told me it could be the movement of the horse. It stimulated something, we just don't know, but it works. Her back and core muscles have improved out of sight. That's not to mention how excited Piper gets when she's out there and how happy this experience makes her. Having seen Piper riding, I can tell you she does have a great time being up on that horse. The other story I quickly wanted to tell was that of Kaylin, also from Orange, who I'm told is the most delightful child, always happy and willing to help out. Kaylin has spina bifida and many other complications, and also spends his time in a wheelchair, except when he's up on the horse. He's an incredibly determined and independent young rider who does what he can to get on and get off. If you spend enough time on horses, you're going to come off one. And that's what happened to Kaylin. He didn't get hurt from his fall, but his confidence had been built to the level that he got straight back on. Like a true horseman, the first thing he did was get back on, and he was back out there the next week, full of smiles, with a great story to tell of his fall. The quote sent to me about Kaylin was, when he's on his horse, he's able to do everything everyone else does. He's an equal. What an experience to give to young Kaylin. To everyone involved to Riding for the Disabled, a massive thank you. The Life member, Margaret Norman, who helped me pull this together, along with the team from Orange, Branch President Robin Livermore and Head Coach Marilyn Mendham in particular. I did ask Robin if there was a few other volunteers she'd like me to single out, but she said it's very much a team effort and every volunteer is precious. Indeed they are. A big shout out to all those who volunteer there in Orange and everywhere for Riding for the Disabled. And of course, the final thanks should go to the horses. All different shapes and sizes, some pretty, some not so much. They don't judge, they don't ask questions, and they don't ask anything in return. And they play a huge part in this incredible movement. So happy 50th anniversary for Riding for the Disabled.